All right, guys. So the help that I received today has gone to an organization. This church is very happy to have this organization have their help with helping girls who need help, helping women who need help, helping people. Um, so that's part of the work I do. I'm in the trenches. I find out where the help is so people can have the help they need. Um, just the love of Christ, continuing to love women. We need to love each other well as Christians and love other people well. Bringing over 2 boxes of rice for a huge, for a big family who's going through a divorce doesn't really help much. I hate to say it, but I will say that there is not enough still help for women. When your husband has left you, and of course, no real man does this, right? But when a man going through his own stuff or whatever excuse they give you has left you with nothing, and you're trying to get on your feet and your car breaks down, and maybe you've had to move to a new state like me, and you've lost your social security number in the mess, not your number but the card, you lost your license, you had to get your license renewed. You're trying to find resources to take care of you because he left you with pretty much nothing. It takes some time to get on your feet. So I have just picked up another shift at work and we're starting to do good now. But there is not enough help. I mean, child support does not kick in right away. Like, I'm still working with the child enforcement agency here who's trying to verify the address, which a sheriff has to go to the house, and who knows when the sheriff does it, right? So there is no help right away as far as child support. Alimony will not be hitting you until the divorce goes through or whatever happens. So this is when you really have to trust God. You have to get out there and work. And if I didn't have the help of the churches, I would be out there. Like, I took some temporary work. I took when I got here, I had started my own business. And then my car broke down. So when things keep hitting you, you have to keep getting back up. So I would probably be like, if I didn't have the help from the churches, I mean, I would just be taking the lowest of the low jobs to make it work. But luckily, I've had the help of churches and I've had that extra time to heal even more from the abortion, and deal with this divorce thing. So I just had somebody on one of my posts say, you both were a victim. And it's true. The mothers are a victim, and so are the babies, and especially minors. If you truly understood what an abortion was, if you truly knew what it was, there would be no question that this stuff would not be happening. We are finally, as a society, talking about this and starting to understand what it is. And as we understand this, we definitely have to outlaw this. There's no excuse. There's no safe abortion. There's no safe killing a baby. A lot of people will say, well, definitely the baby dies. Yeah, the baby does die, no question about it. But it also takes away the life of the mother. And unless she comes to Christ and has redeemed what evil has taken away, she will live with that the rest of her life. A part of herself will be taken away. She will not have freedom. She will actually be in chains, in bondage for the rest of her life, wondering what did the baby look like, what could I have done. And I think that's really hard for women too, who, when they come to the realization of what's been done and they feel that helplessness, there is a sense of, I think for a man it can emasculate him, but for a woman it can make her a little more masculine, because she can be like, that will never, ever, ever happen again. She blames herself. She's like, I should have said something. I should have got up off the table. I should have, and she can do all these should have, should haves, but she didn't know. And so when someone mistreats her again in life and she's been already through an abortion, she's going to fight. And she is going to come down really hard. She's going to be tough. And she's going to not let anyone ever walk on her again. And that's kind of what you're dealing with, the rage of the pro-choice crowd, because a lot of them probably have had abortions and they are mad, and mostly mad at themselves. So rather than taking the responsibility for women who have truly chosen, or to really understand and deal with it and say, wait a minute, I was a victim, they've got this rage deep, deep, deep within them that they will never, ever, ever have that happen again. So there's a sense of denial that they're not dealing with. And I think the other sign of, instead of fighting, is what a lot of women do is they flee. They cannot have intimacy again with a man. They cannot trust again. They cannot, they can't put themselves in that situation again. So the intimacy is really difficult for women who have been in intimate relationships, right? I mean, you were with a guy and you had something special together. You had a baby together, and that baby was destroyed as well as part of yourself. And the man did not protect you and do what he should have done, right? So how do you trust a man again? How do you trust him to protect you and take care of you? And then if you had like family involved, right? Like your mother, I mean, did your mother help you or not? That is one of the closest relationships that you are supposed to have as a woman, with your mother, right? And if she was in on it and was against you and was in on the evil, how would you trust another mother figure again? How would you trust a father figure who was in on the evil, right? I mean, it can really distort reality. You're going to have a hard time trusting people, right? So there's that fleeing, there's the lack of intimacy, there's the lack of, there's the protecting yourself, the defensiveness. So it can even affect your jobs. When people start getting a little too close to you, you can struggle. So you can, you want security. You want people, instead of people who have broken you in life, you want people who stay, people who bring security in your life and safety and comfort. Because if you have already been broken with family relationships and then boyfriends and everything else, why would you have stability in your life, right? Why would you have jobs that you stick with, or why would you have this, right? And so it's really God who is going to come in and be your hero. He's the one that not only saves you eternally, but you have to trust him each day with your life. And why wouldn't you? If he has saved you from hell, why wouldn't you trust him daily? So it's going to be him coming in, using other people again in your life and showing the love of Christ. And the church usually is pretty good at this for the most part. It's other people showing the care where your wounds were. It's you healing and being able to trust people again, and being able to, one of the biggest healers for me was having my own kids. That was one of the biggest healers in my life, and really understanding how the development of children, and understanding my kids, and just having a pure intimacy that children offer, that is just amazing, right? I've always loved kids. So you're going to find that in your own parenting, your own mothering after an abortion. You're going to find intimacy with your own family. And then for me, where that has broken recently with my husband, you're going to find it even more as you grow. You're going to need even more intimacy with God as your trust has been broken again in someone. But it's not the same kind of trust broken as an abortion. I mean, it's just, once you have that foundation with Christ, anybody who breaks your trust afterwards, after you have that intimacy with him, really isn't going to have the same effect of hurting you, because you've got Christ. You know what I'm saying? You got him. When you don't have a strong Christian walk and people have hurt you, the wound goes deeper. But if you have Christ, he's like just a shield around you, that no matter what's coming at you, you're still okay, and you know that he's working everything out for your good. So this is kind of the stuff that I think we need to deal with women. It's great we have all the help, and we do need all the resources possible for women, so that we can go back into their life, because they don't have to worry about money. We can go back in and heal these specific wounds, whether they need a class, 3 classes, 4 classes, aftercare, whatever, to get through this. Whether they need a church community like I had with my own family, growing them up and having other people around you who pour into you. So this takes years to kind of straighten women out, and this is kind of what we need. She shouldn't have to worry about money while she's going through this, and she should have all the help she needs. I homeschooled my kids, so I was with them a lot, and I was busy taking care of them. I didn't really feel like I needed a lot of babysitters, but I did have my kids in camp and youth group and everything, and that was also very helpful to me. But I was busy taking care of my family, so I didn't have time for all these classes to take care of myself as I have now. And I'm good now, but I do think it probably would have been better to have the classes earlier, the post-abortive class earlier in my life. But I don't know, I had enough to handle with my kids. Post-abortive classes are really a lot of work. I've taken a lot of classes in my life, but the post-abortive classes are very deep. And I mean, you would need probably childcare on top of the classes to make sure that you have enough childcare to be able to have the time to take care of your kids. So I did do one group, Grace for the Wounded. That was very time consuming for me, and luckily my kids were older and they helped with the little ones. So that was a lot of digging into my life too. So get it done, get your classes, get everything taken care of with post-abortive, so that you're free to move forward and help other people and just be happy again and take care of yourself. So that's what I got for now, ladies.